Hi there, welcome to tutorial 2 on 5D Quilt Design Creator and how to do a fill. On the first tutorial, what we walked through was how to choose a motif, close the path, and do an inside fill. This isn't always what we want to have though. In many cases what we want is the fill to the motif to stand on its own, kind of like a trapunto effect, and have the fill on the outside so that it encompasses the entire block. So what we need to do when we want to do that is to create a box. So I just go over to my shapes. I've got the box selected up here, that's the default, and I want to go to my upper left corner and drag that box all the way down to the lower right. And if you see over here on the film strip, there is a box. Now, if you don't have your film strip showing, you should make sure that that always is available to you. In order to do that, you need to go up to your view and just check film strip. And the reason this is important is because the film strip will show you what order things are going to be stitched out on, and it allows you to open up groups and manipulate them accordingly. So what I've got here now is a path that's a box. If I go and right click inside of that box, it's a closed path, so I can choose a fill, and I'm going to choose just straight lines. And I'm going to just tighten them up a bit just for fun. And OK and OK. Now you see that the entire area is blue. It tells me there's a fill there. If I click outside of that selection, it shows me that I have lines going right over top of my motif. This is not what we want. We want to actually have this a little bit more standalone. So what I'm going to do is select that path, move it to the top, and that tells me that's going to stitch out first. And now I'm going to open up this plus symbol here. I'm going to just completely open up my group, and so now I'm going to select my box, and I'm going to hold down my Control key and click the bottom path here, and now go up to Object and choose Combine Paths. And now what you see is that we have a fill on the inside of the motif as well as the outside. And if you click outside of those boxes, it shows you what it's going to look like. Now this is quite a nice design, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. I actually want this whole feather not to have any fill inside at all. Now in 4D, there is a rather cumbersome way of doing that, and I'm just going to walk you through that for now. So I'm going to undo until we get back to our start point. And there we whoop, one more. I'm going to get rid of that path. Okay. In 4D, in order to have this as a standalone design without any fill inside of it at all, what you have to do is create a shape around it. And so in order to do that, you have to draw some lines. I like to use the polygon one because all I have to do is click some points, and with the other one it draws the line, and it's kind of a little bit more difficult to keep some kind of accuracy with that. Anyway, I'm not going to worry too much about being super accurate right now. Once you've done this, you can always go back and edit those points and make them nice and snug. It's not a big deal, but it does take a little bit of time. Okay, and when I get to the end, I'm going to right click. I do need to adjust that because it's showing me that I have an open path here. So I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to drag the green node or the red node up over top. Now it's a closed path. Okay, So we have a separate line here, a separate path, and now what we can do is do the same thing what we did earlier. Choose our shapes, choose our box, drag it across upper left to lower right. Now you see on the film strip we have 3 elements. So we have the path, that's the box. I want that to stitch out first. So I'm moving it up and up again. And then we have the path, that's the outline of our motif. I want to move that up as well. Okay, so I'm going to select the box. I'm going to right click inside of it, choose a fill, OK and OK. And once again, it's showing that it's going to just encompass everything, which is not what we want. What we want to do is select our box as well as our hand-drawn path. So hold the Control key and click on the 2 of them. Go up to Object and Combine Paths. And there you have your motif that's in the center, and there's absolutely no fill at all. And that's what I was looking for. I can now go back and adjust the nodes to make it nice and tight and nice and pretty. And so this is tutorial 2, which kind of covers off 4D Quilt Design Creator. 5D is much easier, and I will do that next.